case you didn't know, because I know a lot of you did not watch the last episode. Fucking traitors. I guess the story I read last time, the Little Thing story, if you read it out loud, you're supposed to die. But of course, I'm not your average bear, so... that was a game. So I survived the curse. Never did find the secret in the last video, so, I don't know, fuck it. I guess whatever my editor's trying to do, he can just keep doing. I don't fucking care anymore. Oh shit, I'm sorry, I said he? I meant he, she, or any of the other 74 pronouns. Don't fucking... It's okay. Calm down. You're okay now. Well, I guess since the last story did try to fucking kill me, I'm gonna take a little break from creepypastas. I'll be doing something that's never been done on the internet before, actually. Pretty sure this is a world first. Oh my god, I'm gonna get so popular. There's gonna be so many clicks. A video game review. So the game in question is Resident Evil 4, and this game is so, like, irrelevant at this point that I think I need to spice up the review. You know, for those clicks, those Facebook shares. This review is going to be more like a journey. Also, I'm going to be saying some really triggering things about Resident Evil 4, so if you're a conservator that can't handle my gay pride... Did I go too far? Yeah. Alright, so if you don't like negativity about a beloved game, or... you know, pretty much any entertainment medium, you might want to click away now. You know, these are my opinions on Resident Evil 4. They're based on, like, past experiences, how I play games, the last 3 times I played Resident Evil, as well as what I remember from my childhood. But if you're worried that I straight up hate the game, that's not true at all. Even today, I'd still give it a 9 out of 10. Especially on the first playthrough. So yeah, I guess let's just get into it.
Resident Evil 5.
If you've played it, you love it. That's what pretty much everybody says about this game today because it's so goddamn legendary. Now, its influence on games is also pretty apparent. If you look at any third-person action horror, you can see a lot of similarities. Now, I know what you're thinking, because this is a review of a fucking 2005 game in 2017. I'm just gonna sit here and nitpick every little flaw in the game to death, even if it doesn't affect gameplay. That right there, that's an important thing. Just to prove how fucking attentive I am to detail. Well, no, not really. I see a lot of reviewers of games and movies do this today, and while that's totally fine in my opinion, because if you look at Jurassic World, I hate that movie because of the nitpicky things. Also, Chris Pratt is the only good part about that movie. I'm not usually like that. I'm a pretty relaxed person when it comes to entertainment, and I'm more easily immersed into a world. I'm not sure why. Like, for God's sake, one of my favorite childhood games was Neopets the Darkest Fairy. Like, that game is fucking okay at best and trash at worst. And somehow I was able to absorb myself into that game's world. Some kids end up growing out of this phase of, like, super easy immersion, like every game they play is the best game ever, but for some reason I didn't. I think it has something to do with...
Yo, Agate.
What the fuck?
How the fuck do you know games catches memories?
Whoa, what? You have a physical body, disembodied robot voice in my other videos?
Damn straight, boy. Ain't I scary?
No. No, you're not. God, my fucking effects team sucks! Anyways, the point is I never really grew out of easy immersion. This makes me overrate games and movies a lot more than other people. But from time to time, little problems end up bugging me to no end. This usually happens after I've sat down and thought about something for more than a second. Which is rare. Like, look back at Jurassic World. Supposedly, the Super T-Rex ate his brother. But later on, the plot twist is revealed. The Super T-Rex is part raptor, which makes it fight in packs. Cool! Then why did it eat its raptor brother? I think this fact made me hate the movie alone, but also Chris Pratt was the best part about it again, so... Anyways, back on track. In every single game I play, no matter what the quality is, I usually skim over its flaws in the first playthrough, and Resident Evil 4 was no different. When I first played it, I fucking loved it. I made it 15 playthroughs through New Game Plus at least. The hand cannon, the typewriter, like, Holy shit, the fucking guns felt awesome to use! And most of my memories from this game are from me using those overpowered weapons. Now, originally I had the game on Wii, and I lost the disc like a fucking moron. But eventually I picked it up again digitally on the Xbox 360. And playing through as an adult, I was grossly underwhelmed. Even once I unlocked the typewriter again, I felt wrong about playing it. I felt like there was no reason to do more than one playthrough. I didn't understand. What was wrong? Was it possible that this game that I loved actually sucked? And finally the review starts! Yeah! There are some major problems I have with Resident Evil 4, most of them having to do with the AI. It's not just the AI being, like, dumb or something like that. Wait, what? Alright, one free hit. Oh, fuck. Alright, 2 free shots. Alright, what the fuck is happening? He's dead. It's the AI being completely broken. Problem 1! This game likes to stick you in a room and have you shoot at the door. Well, actually, you respectfully chime in. Funneling enemies in this game is the best way to kill them, since aiming makes you stand still. Fuck you! And I agree. Especially with the fuck you part, someone hold me, I'm so alone. But after 10 hours of doing this to every single huge encounter, I ended up trying to experiment in my last playthrough. Wandering around and killing enemies instead of staying in one room with one entrance every single time. And you know the one thing that prevents you from doing that? Ranged enemies. From time to time, ranged enemies actually do pose a threat. The cultists that catapult fireballs at you being one major example. But ranged enemies, when thrown into fights with many melee enemies, are not challenging. They are there to stop you from running around. Crossbow enemies do not follow you to safe rooms or funnel spots. And if you're funneling into a tight enough spot, axe and scythe throwers will have their weapons shot out of the air while you're just shooting at the horde of enemies. All of this solidifies in my mind that when the game throws an unnecessarily large group of enemies at you, which the game does far too often in my opinion, they want you to move to one room and stay put, which is boring as fuck. So unless you're a Resident Evil god and can dodge 4 crossbows at once, you're essentially stuck funneling melee enemies into a single room to kill them until they are all dead. It was probably fun for my younger self because you had to figure out the best spots to funnel enemies into, but this repetitive gameplay element is incredibly hard to deal with on subsequent normal playthroughs. As I've been showing on screen, this is not every encounter in the game. I still love every encounter with a reasonable amount of enemies, or encounters with strange new types of enemies like the bugs from the sewers. Boss battles, weird enemy types, and any smaller group human encounter is fine by me. I just wish the game would tone it down on the large group encounters sometimes, especially the ones later in the game in Chapter 5. Now, let me just go back to something that was mentioned before. I don't think standing still while aiming is a bad thing. I think it can work great and build tension because there is a choice: run or fight. However, I think this method of building tension really only works on the larger, scarier enemies of this game. Unless they bug out. Because you really do have to choose carefully when to attack and when to run. With larger groups, it's just get in a corner and spray. Fucking boring.
Hey, if this is so boring to you, why didn't your younger self get bored after 15 playthroughs, cocksucker?
Because of the super weapons. When you have the typewriter or the hand cannon, you can approach every battle however you want. This meant, at least for my younger self, if I only had to deal with the funneling process once, it wasn't a big issue. I just ran around shooting wildly. And since 14 out of my 15 playthroughs were all gunslinging insanity, that feeling of being able to approach every battle however I wanted to was all I remembered about the game. That's why I think I was so let down on my Xbox 360 playthrough. Because it was shoot at a line of enemies the game. Now I understand this is a very rare problem to have, as most people will play through this game once, maybe twice, and then never again. But this issue compounds with my second one to make a tiny issue far more annoying. Problem 2. This next major problem is something that was brought up to me by a Resident Evil speedrunner and streamer named Carcinogen. I can't help but notice this weird issue with every single enemy in RE4. Enemy tracking is fucking ludicrous. Again, I didn't notice this until Carsey brought it up, but that doesn't mean it wasn't there the entire fucking time. It just adds to the first issue that I have with the game and makes it even harder to escape the funnel. Say you're funneling enemies like a good player. Everything's going great. If you're trying to run past an enemy to grab some ammo, they may or may not do a perfect 180 on your ass with magic cannon fingers and catch you. So now you have 3 options. Let that ammo despawn and stay huddled up. Use up ammo to go get it, usually the same amount that dropped. Or keep killing enemies in hopes that more ammo drops until it's worth getting, while also hoping that first ammo drop doesn't despawn. There's really no consistent way to grab enemy drops in this game unless you can knock down every enemy in view in 1 or 2 shots of a shotgun. And I think the drops in this game despawn a little too fast. Actually, why do they even despawn at all? It makes no fucking sense. Why do games even do that? Like, despawning items. I know it's for, like, memory purposes or whatever, but, like, have them despawn when you leave the room. It's not like somebody can, like, glitch infinite items into the game, like fucking Binding of Isaac.
At least ammo despawning in this game makes more sense than your political views. That's right, cry you bitch.
Problem 3. My final issue with the game is its second and harder difficulty. Pretty much every enemy in the game will at most 3-shot you, even at max health, and there are no tactical vest upgrades to increase defense. I think there are some other minor changes to the game as well, such as enemy speed, compounding to their ridiculous tracking, and quick time event button speed. But the main issue lies in the enemy damage. The base game is forgiving because you can survive the ridiculous tracking into wombo combo shitstorm. Pro mode makes every hit either a required full heal or an insta-death. And I call it a hit rather than a mistake because some of the hits on professional, or even normal, are impossible to fucking avoid.
Oh, fuck a dog. Fuck! Do I shoot the left one first? Oh, the right one.
Fuck! What? Look, the dumbass AI is forgivable in the normal game because it's not an insta-death every time you come across a fucked up situation. In Pro mode, I found myself resetting more than dying because I knew it was over before I had even lost health.
Okay, I quit.
I've only played through Pro mode once, without guides, about a week ago on PS4, and I don't plan to ever again. So to sum this review up, I still love Resident Evil 4. Except on professional mode. I hate it on professional mode. On base difficulty, I'd give this game a 9 out of 10, just as I said in the beginning. The only one of my major problems that will affect you on your first playthrough is possibly number 2, but that's only if you're really impatient, even on the first go. It's amazing the first time around, and the super weapons are a good balance of fun and overpowered. Although I still think despawning ammo is stupid as fuck. Like, maybe it wasn't possible in the fucking old version, but fix that for the new versions. There's so many re-releases of Resident Evil 4 that you just fix it. Also fix the goddamn Assignment Ada cutscenes. They're shit. So I hope you enjoyed my review. I'm no professional reviewer, but you know, I've been thinking about this game for a good 6 or 7 years of my life, and I just wanted to put this out there.
You suck at reviewing games, and you're not funny. Resurrect Game Sketch, you piece of shit.
No. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. So, if I haven't said this before, I'm pretty sure I did, but I'll reiterate. This is one part of a 2-part series. Part 2 of the series is going to be, like, reviewing other games that have copied Resident Evil 4's formula, but, you know, improved upon it and made it, in my opinion, 10 times better. But, you know, that's part 2. I'm going to have to write a script for that, release it on Friday. You know, I've got the new schedule. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Fuck Game Sketch. Gay Sketch rules.